What is going on, Outfinders? Hope you guys are doing well today. If you check this out later on, maybe in the day, in the evening, and you just kind of want to get a little caught up on the market, cool. I'm glad you do check in. I know there is a few people out there that do that. But there is one thing that is moving huge today. We're going to take a look at it. I don't really know what to make of it, but we can throw some ideas and possible scenarios out there as to what is maybe going on, what the market's thinking. We're trying to figure out what the market's thinking, right? We can't dictate what the market's going to do, but we can try to get an idea of what the market's trying to think about. Yeah, we're just seeing slow grind higher today before a major day tomorrow. Obviously, right? We're getting the CPI numbers out for November tomorrow morning, and you know, we'll see what kind of comes of it. I kind of was thinking maybe we would check into the 390 level early this week, possibly today, but obviously that doesn't look like we're going to happen. Just seeing a little sideways pattern kind of shape up here, a little slow choppiness. Now, I'll be pretty honest. What you kind of, thinking about like in a, possibly a bullish case scenario here, what you don't really want to see is you don't really want to see, the possible breakout or move back up into the 400 without checking into 390. I think you want to come in, check into the 390, and then push and then continue higher. You want to check in, get the momentum from the 390 buyers, and have them all come in, buy, and push it back through the 400. To me, I think that's what you're kind of looking for if you're bullish or trying to be bullish or wanting to be bullish, whatever. But the thing that what's going on, Diet? Good thing you can't smell me on the live stream because I don't smell bad, but my water has been cut off. Utility people are working inside the confines of the neighborhood today. So yeah, it's fantastic. But trying to figure out what's going on today, and we will figure out what's going on today. But I think if you're trying to be bearish here, what would be really kind of nice here is possibly the market do exactly what it's doing today, and then maybe even gap higher tomorrow. Trade bearish, not get down to 390. Maybe in the day a little bit down, kind of flat. And then obviously Fed day comes out. Maybe have a little bit of a gap down, and then Fed talks on Wednesday. Upper wick, come back down in the lower 390 areas, and then Thursday, Friday, move down through the 390 area. That would be huge for the market to do that by Friday if that kind of played out. So if we don't check in with the 390 here today, or if we don't get down to it tomorrow and then see buying off of it tomorrow morning, I would be, not going to be looking good because it's just kind of compressing above a major support level. And if it starts to move down there, it might just have enough momentum to break through it, maybe in the second half of this week. So we'll take a look, obviously, at that as the week goes on. And not really much we can do. We'll just sit back and watch. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting to see some of the buying come in this morning. A lot of buying coming in, just pushing the market up. So we'll take a look and see what's rotating. I know tech's not doing well. Obviously, you can see the Qs here. A lot more flat, right, than the SPY is. So the Q's just kind of hanging on to these lows that it's had really over the past month and a half, or about a month, really about a month. And, we'll see if the Q's hold on. We'll see if the Q's hold on. I know this pattern doesn't really look all the best, really at all, right? You have four little lower wicks here into that 280 level. And, not not looking the best, but the week's definitely not over yet. So we'll see how it plays out. And then, all right, GOGL Alphabet. Yeah, nice little push down today, selling down as the market's up. That's always what you want to see. You want to see things that you're directionally in, going in the direction you are when the market's going opposite. So that's perfect. Exactly what you want to see. AAPL was actually kind of weak earlier. Recently, over the past hour or so, it held up decently well. So we will see what kind of goes on through that. And then take a look at the IWM, the Russell. How you doing, Rose? All right, we got the IWM. Yeah, the Russell doing quite a bit better today than a lot of other areas in the marketplace. Had some quick selling come in on it first 10 minutes, and then, buyers just came right in. And one of the reasons why I think the IWM has actually been doing pretty well recently, just because of the level of diversification it has, and for how much of the stuff, a lot of the stocks that are incorporated in the IWM have been sold off a lot over the past really 18 months or so. Yeah, I think there's some really good opportunities out there. DIA, obviously the safe haven, as we're going into a very unknown week, very risky week. A lot of safe haven plays going on right now. A lot of safe haven plays, right? Equal weighted S&P 500, yeah, doing about the same as the S&P 500. So not really major moves going either way. Dow Transport's up quite a bit. Wow, the Dow Transports are up quite a bit. So we should see like rails, airlines, a lot of that stuff doing pretty good deliveries. Interesting. Dollar up pretty good. 10-year yield up a little bit. Inversion yields down. Gold down. Dollars up, so gold should be down. High yield corporate bonds up a little bit, mostly just off of a gap up. Not really doing too much though, right? Not really moving as much as the SPY intraday. So not really moving. All right. Here's the mover though. VIX. Look at the pop on the VIX. Holy freaking cow. I mean, you would think with the VIX popping that high that the market's down like 3% and would have gapped down 3%. That is a monster move higher on the VIX. And the fact that it just continues to push higher kind of lets you know that there's a lot of safe haven players kind of showing their heads right now. A lot of people getting really defensive, buying protection going into this week. So, this is something. When I was looking through some of the things a little bit earlier, I like the market just didn't look like it was doing much. And then you look at the VIX and you're like, wow, it's almost like Armageddon out there. This is, I don't really know what to think of that. Just a lot of people just getting defensive. That's about what that says. A lot of people getting defensive. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just really weird to see that. Really weird to see that. You don't see that too often, I can tell you. Let's just see what's going on out there. Tesla, we can take a look at Tesla. Tesla having a pretty sizable day down. Yeah, that's a pretty sizable day down. Wow. I'm intrigued here. Say I'm not intrigued. I'm intrigued. Man, I want to do something here, but I don't want to. Man, I just don't want to get caught up in the CPI and Fed on Wednesday. So I'll just wait. I'm not going to really do much this week. All the semis are in an interesting spot. SMH, SOXX, breakout, or down might lead the market. So you got the XSD very sideways here over the past month. Yeah, you got the SMH very sideways. 200 daily moving averages really pushing down on them. The socks. What color socks do you wear? Green or red? Very sideways. Yeah, all the semi ETFs very, very sideways. Check out some of the big dogs too. Nvidia's kind of trending a little bit higher, but smacked its head on the 200 on Friday. That's interesting. AMD and no has been trending down here recently. TSM sideways, kind of at the lower end of that sideways channel it's kind of had. What about Intel? Intel's, I think's been coming down. Intel's been coming down. Cisco, not too bad. A little sideways. Qualcomm, ooh, gap down today, got bought up. Wow. Interesting. That's interesting. Gap down on a buy up. AVGO, looking to continue higher. What else is out there? That's pretty much it. TXN, not Tyson. TXN, Texas Instruments, sideways. Ooh, got a very nice little triangle pattern kind of coming in here. Yeah, that's kind of interesting to see that. TXN getting compressed here. All right. Let me know if there's anything you want to take a look at. mRNA, Moderna. Definitely down today. Let's take a look. mRNA. That's a breakdown. Yeah, that's a breakdown. Man, that's not looking good. All right, hold on. Let's take a look at some of these sector performances for the day. Take a look here. Sector performances. Boom. And get energies up pretty good. XLC down. Discretionary is kind of in the lower end of the day. Healthcare is down. Staples are beating discretionaries. XLK. Tech is up a little bit. Utilities are also on the higher end. Financials, energies up there. It's kind of like a mix match, really. Seems like a little bit more of a defensive play day. Kind of makes sense, right? Kind of makes sense. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense to have a little bit of a defensive play day as we go into CPI day. CPI morning, really. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, growth is getting hit today. Take a look at growth here. Growth starting to move back in that bearish direction. Oracle reports after close trending up. ORCL. Let's check it out. Yeah. Man, I ain't doing anything this week. I would love to take this bearish, but I mean, the thing you're going to have to ask yourself is, I mean, how much is the stock really going to be impacted by their earnings? And, if CPI really dominates tomorrow, will it override Oracle earnings and that kind of stuff. So that's the tough part about this one. I do like it. I do like this to the bearish side. I don't really like this to the bullish side too much. Let me see here. Let me get the day trades back up. All right, so we looked at Tesla. I'm gonna take a look around at big tech. Microsoft's starting to look really good. I like this pattern kind of coming in here. Kind of coming in. A little continuation higher pattern. I really do like that a lot. Microsoft's looking good. It's up 2% today, almost 2%. Amazon's not looking the best. Alphabet, yeah, we looked at Alphabet. Sorry. Netflix. Oh my god. Look at that Netflix, man. It hit right into that resistance. Didn't quite fill that gap from the gap down on earnings back in April. Didn't quite fill it, but I mean it got really close. So there's obviously some resistance sitting there. Down 3% today. Whew. That is rough. What's Meta doing? Meta. Ooh. Meta. You know what? I might. Oh, dang, man. I'm really kind of more tempted to get into a bearish play on Tesla or Meta. Mostly because they're both looking really bad. And I don't know. And maybe the stocks are just in sell modes, and they're not. It might not even matter what CPI and Fed do. And if CPI comes in somewhat strong tomorrow, well, the Fed's gonna come out and crush the market on Wednesday. So, try and get a. But I mean, I already have a lot of exposure to the bearish side, so it's not like. Yeah, I'll just leave a lot of things alone this week. But man, that VIX, that VIX is crazy high today. Crazy. What's going on? Probably just a whole lot of hangout day. You had to pay the snowplow guy. Hey, at least you got water. I don't have water today. They're working on utilities in the neighborhood today. I haven't even taken a shower today. There was a leak. There was a leak in. Oh my god, 6 feet? Jesus. Is this 6 feet or 6 inches? I should have paid attention in Roman numeral. Okay, inches. I should have paid attention in Roman numeral class. And chirography, whatever. Paid attention to symbols class. That's right, because I guess one dash or one of those. Yeah, just looked at Amazon. Amazon's not looking the strongest. Basically, just kind of mentioning how Meta doesn't look good. Netflix came right back, this trend up. We looked at this Friday and we're like, oh man, I'm really tempted to kind of take a play here, but it didn't quite fill the gap on Friday. But it dropped 3%. That's pretty nasty. Meta's looking really good for a rollover play, and I'm kind of tempted to play it, but I'm bearish on so much stuff on the market, so it's I don't know. Like I'm really tempted to do it, but between Meta and Tesla, they both look really bearish. Really bearish. Yeah, Amazon though, not looking the best either. So I don't know what came out noon my time, but 1 o'clock Eastern. But there was definitely a pickup in volatility, and it's on there in the market right this time period. So I don't know what was said, who said something, but something happened at that time period. I mean, you see it on everything. Take a look at financials. How are they doing today? XLF up a little bit. Goldman Sachs. If we can get a nice little bear flag here set up here over the next couple of days, that'd be interesting. Interesting news. I'm sure it was some kind of interesting news. Rivian stock drops after pausing Mercedes electric van deal. Ooh, that's never what you want to see. If you are a struggling company hurting for cash, yeah, that's rough. Gas pipeline to Poland from Germany dropped to 0. Oh wow, Two pulling from Germany. Oh, wow, that's pretty. That is interesting news. I'm gonna check some in for. Let me check Rivian for options real quick. Let me check Rivian. This is one that I think being bearish on would be okay. All right, let me. Yep. I'm gonna bring it over. Shaboopy. So we got options every 50 cents. Okay, perfect. Buy. Let me see what these puts would be. 23. Dang, man, that ain't worth it to me. I mean, I just don't like that risk reward. I mean, 50 cents. I mean, you're only getting about half. I don't like it. Like if you can get it for 20, that'd be okay. That'd be okay, but man, I don't want to pay for 23. But yeah, that doesn't. I mean, I like the trend. The trend. I mean, if you want to do this trade, I can understand it. This trend and the breakdown is pretty bad. Excuse me. Yeah, Rivian. That breakdown is not the best looking. Not the best looking. All right, what else is going on? Yeah, let's take a look through energies. Crude oil. Crude oil popping pretty good. It's gonna be really kind of getting tough to be bearish on crude oil. It's just been bearish for so long, ever since basically like what Q1 or really early. I'm sorry, it's just man, it seems like it's Q1, but really second quarter when we saw energies kind of top out. Well, actually, crude oil did top out back in Q1, back in Feb. They tried to make a run back higher in the summer, but they broke down. But it's just been bearish for so long. It's starting to get back down into like really choppy consolidated zone. It's gonna be tough to be bearish in there. You're gonna get buyers at all kinds of levels, but it might just make a run down to this 200 moving average, down around 65 area. It's just gonna start to be tough. Here's another thing that was interesting actually overnight or over the weekend is the futures rolled off on Friday. I guess it was on Friday. Hey, all right. Well, okay. So I guess they rolled the contract early, or they rolled the contract on TradingView, but my broker actually rolled it over the weekend, which is why I'm a little pausing here. So you can see how we closed Thursday at around the 3965 area, and then we actually opened Friday up higher, 3995. And the reason why that happens is because of the contract roll, right? We went from one contract to the next contract, and basically these index futures, these roll every quarter, once a quarter. So you can see it here. Also back in September, or it just kind of moved up. Typically, you won't see that too often on gaps. The only other time you typically will see gaps is on weekends. So like this one that happened back February or November, Friday, November 25th to Friday, Monday, November 28th. You have a little bit of a gap down here over the weekend. But usually the bigger ones are on contract rolls that happen once a quarter. It does suck to be in Poland right now, man. I'm caught between no energy and two dogs fighting it out to your east. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. MVST, STEM, all these are still looking horrible. Watt, First Solar. Ooh, First Solar, keep breaking down. Do it. Yeah, what's Apple up to today? Apple kind of just doing its thing. Trying to be that safe haven, but hasn't really broken down this year, so it's gonna get kind of sketchy here soon if it starts to break down this 140 level. Yeah, not. There's not a whole lot kind of going on today. It's pretty quiet. I mean, outside of that VIX though, whew, there is market's just kind of hanging out. We're not seeing a huge deal of volume today either. A lot of people waiting for that CPI tomorrow morning. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. So if CPI comes in a little sticky tomorrow, so we know it's going to come in, or they're expecting it. I'm sorry, they're expecting it to come in at 7.3% is forecast. So if it comes in, let's say it comes in at like 7.6, 7.5, maybe even 7.4. What the heck was that? It'd be really interesting to see the market if the market holds. If it comes in at 7.3%, that would also be relatively interesting to see what the market does. But I don't know if it'll drop off that much. It also depend on like what areas they drop off. And let's take a look at that crude oil. Let's go back to that crude oil because yeah, I mean the second half of November, crude oil and energy definitely did drop off pretty good. So we should see some contraction, some pullback in energy prices. Let's check nat gas. Except nat gas. Nat gas was actually kind of strong through the month of November. Curious what copper's doing. Copper was kind of strong through the month of November. So there's other things that are actually kind of strong. It's just crude oil and gasoline doesn't look all that strong. The heating oil. Heating oil, ooh. Yeah, heating oil dropped off pretty good in December. Nice little steady downtrend for the month of November, though. You just ordered heating oil, $5, $3,500 for the winter. My goodness. Do you have like your own tank that you gotta have it filled up, like your own massive propane tank, I guess? I know, like my uncle, they live out on a ranch. So they have their own propane tank that they have come filled up whenever. Yeah, usually it's cheap this time of year. Okay, right on. Yeah, it's probably always good to fill it up when it's cheapest. The time of year when it's cheapest. All right, let's run back through those financials. I know I said I wanted to do that. Goldman Sachs up a little bit. Okay. JP Morgan flat past few days. Morgan Stanley apparently didn't get the memo that financials are supposed to be bearish. Okay. Looking pretty good there. Bank of America. Ugh, that looks rough. Wells Fargo. Okay. Blackstone. I'm sorry, that was BlackRock. That was extremely flat. Blackstone. People taking the opportunity to buy the dip here on Blackstone. And then Citi. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people trying to buy up some financials today. They don't look too bad. American Express. AXP. Yeah, there we go. American Express. Looking pretty good. Visa looking pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of things that people are getting into, and we'll see if they hold up tomorrow because it seems like a lot of people are trying to front run a little bit too much here. You didn't fill out your TPS report, Didn't you get the move? Yeah, exactly. You need to tell that to Morgan Stanley. Comcast surprisingly strong. Nope. CMCSA. Yeah, surprisingly strong. 3% today. Interesting. AT&T. AT&T extremely flat. Expect continuation in the bullish direction. Might just continue to decline on volume here, but yeah, if we can break back above that 1950 area, might be okay. Might be okay. Verizon looking pretty decent. T-Mobile US. Nice little sell off today after a gap higher. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a big weight. There's a lot of things moving, but the market's not super directional. I mean, it's up a little bit. Let's look at these industrials. Cat, Deere, Honeywell. Cat's up a little bit. Deere's down a little bit. Honeywell's up a little bit. Good grief. Get off that. 3M. Need to look at 3M. GE. AMAT. Okay. 3M. GE. AMAT. Ooh, Applied Materials looks real good. You got some decline in volume here. Like it. Yeah, if Applied Materials basically breaks this downtrend, I would look to be a little bit more bullish on it. I'll try to remember to look at this going forward. I really like this setup in the bullish direction, but might see the market overtake that tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, transports, got it. What was it? IYT. Yeah, the transport's looking really good. Talking a little bit about this first got on. We'll take a look, run through all the different transport stuff, but UPS is doing really good. Man, you can just see all these. They're solidly green. So take a look through some of these. Even the airlines. CSX looking good. NSC. UNP. So the railroads look pretty good. UNP's probably the one that looks the worst. UPS, FedEx, they both look decent. Let's check out these airlines. So Southwest Airlines not looking too bad today. United, American. Wow. American having a nice little bounce back day today. Alaska Air Group. Not bad, coming right into those moving averages that are coming down. Is that pretty much it? DAL, about the same. CHRW. Yeah, not looking too shabby. JB Hunt. Okay. I'm thinking. I like that candle. That's what I'm thinking. 3.7% higher. It's above all its moving averages. Nice little breakout. EXPD. EXPD. Wow. ODFL. Old Dominion Freight Line. Pretty good, man. And then SYY. All right. I think I might set up something for. You know what? They probably don't have. They probably don't have options, weekly options. Oh, but it's monthly options week. Yes. Give some flexibility. All right. Delete that. JBHU. Okay. Oh my gosh! Look at these spreads. $5 spreads. Ain't no freaking way. I think it's gonna get to 190. I mean, that's crazy. That's all the way up here by this Friday. No. That's a bummer. Yeah, ain't no freaking way. I'm not saying there's no way they can get there, just no way I would take that trade. But man, I like that a lot. If you want to play this stock way, like with stock, I mean, I could definitely see that playing that with stock. Man, that looks good. That is a bummer. Yeah. Still just a wait and see for me. Let's see what tomorrow looks like. I think tomorrow will be the bigger tell of the week. See what kind of comes out of the CPI numbers, and a lot of people start making their assumptions based on that for what the Fed will do. Walmart bounce back. It seems like a lot of things are retesting off of the bearishness that we saw last week. Walmart, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, looking a bit bearish there. I'd be willing to take this in the bearish direction. Not for a suit, yeah. I'd be willing to take that in the bearish direction. What about Target? Target, yeah. That's not, man. I don't know. One of those two I'd be willing to take bearish. Maybe Target. Just, I don't know. Man, I don't know. That's tough. We'll see how this rest of this week kind of lines out. What else was there? Home Depot. Home Depot looking a little bullish there. Man, a lot of things are looking a bit bullish today. Lowe's? Lowe's not really. Okay. TJX. Dollar General. Dollar General not looking bullish. DLTR. Yeah, the dollar plays are not looking the best. Oh, Costco. What was it? Was it AVGO that had earnings last week? Yes. Yep. Not willing to give up its fight to go bullish. Keep trying to go bullish. Did that make a new high? High of back on December 1st of 552.42. It did. By 12 cents. So there is a little bit of a divergence here between these two tops so far on AVGO. Wonder if it's easier to see on a shorter time frame. Not really. Yeah, it's a little bit there on the MACD. Might try to be bearish on this, maybe later in the week. Man, I really just want to wait and see what's kind of going on tomorrow. Might wait for Wednesday. I think Wednesday, by the way, I might do a trade on Wednesday on the live stream. One I don't do too often, but it's gonna be probably involve doing buying a oops. Let's see. Buying a call and a put, and basically doing a straddle or a strangle type approach. And if the options are cheap enough, because I think the volatility will be there, no doubt, on Wednesday. So I think I'll probably just start the live stream a little bit early, and we'll see what the option prices are. If they're pretty low, I still would be interested to do it. I mean, they probably won't be this low, but if they are, December 13th is tomorrow. I don't want that. I want December 15th. There we go. I want December 14th. Good grief. December 14th. I don't know how far out we might have to go. Give me 1 second. All right, I think they're done with utility work in the neighborhood. I think they just turned the water back on. I'm going to get a shower after I get off this live stream. All right, anyways. So I think on Wednesday, probably look... I might start the live stream in maybe 30 minutes early to maybe talk about doing this order, buying a call and a put, if option prices are cheap enough. Let's see. I mean, tomorrow... man, that's the thing, is like option prices are so... let me just do this, because I want to look at what they are. Yeah, there is not much. I mean, all the premium is baked in for Tuesday and Wednesday on options, because they don't go up that much even on Thursday. So I don't know how much cheaper. I don't know really how cheap they would be, on Wednesday before the Fed talks, but I would expect volatility, which then I'm going to try and get on both sides. And then if we get a pop on one where basically I can get a profit, I would, like if we get a bullish pop and it covers the cost of both, I would just close that out. If it winds up going the other direction to the bearish, maybe to the bearish direction, just hold on to those puts and see if it just rolls over. Do something like that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll take a look when we get there, but I might look to do that. I might look to do that tomorrow. Just set up a quick trade both directions. It won't be a lot at risk, but the one thing I would expect there to be on Wednesday is volatility. I would try to do that for tomorrow, but I'd rather do it intraday, and hopefully some of that volatility over the day comes down before we get to the Fed talk in the afternoon. So, I mean, if the CPI numbers get released tomorrow and we just, we drop off 1.5%, and then we come back by open and we open basically flat, well, the volatility gets sucked out. And I don't want that to happen. So I'd rather just wait. Wait for Fed Day and just play it that way. Still gonna be curious to see how much volatility and those options come down, if they come down really much at all. by Wednesday. All right. Let me know if there's something you're looking at, something you're watching. A lot of wait and see on stuff today. Seeing a pretty good rotation out of tech and consumer discretionary. Or not really tech. Mostly because I think there are things holding up tech, but the Qs, which that's a good idea. Let's look and see the Qs. It's probably gonna be Tesla that's hurting the Qs, right? Tesla really hitting the Qs pretty hard. Yeah, PDD. Yeah, Meta, Netflix. We already looked at Baidu. Let's check out Baidu. Baidu and PDD. Baidu down pretty good. Let's check out that daily. Okay. If we got a bearish divert, ooh, yeah, we're pretty high up there in that oversold area. I'd probably be a little bit more willing to take Baidu on a bearish play here. I might look to set this up actually. They've been in the overbought area for a while on Baidu. On the daily, it's mostly what I'm talking about on the daily, and have a nice little histogram divergence there. Let me see. And on an hourly, we do have some pretty good divergences here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this up. I like that Baidu. All right, then what about PDD? How's PDD looking? I don't know anything about this company. Pinduoduo. I don't know anything about this company. But it looks very much like Baidu. So are they tied to Chinese stocks, basically? Chinese tech stocks up as China further eases COVID-19 curbs. So this is the rally that we've seen in Chinese stocks over the past, probably especially over the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but really over the past month and a half. A lot of it's probably been in anticipation of the relaxation of, I guess, COVID policy restrictions and whatever. Now that news is kind of out, we're seeing it kind of go the other way. What about Baba? Is Baba doing the same thing? Yeah, Baba's doing the same thing. I'm interested in doing this on Baidu. Actually, let me run through, since they're all about the same, let me see what the price hold is on some of these PDD. Yeah, I think I like Baidu a little bit more. All right, I'm going to look at this on Baidu. So, set up a bearish play. Oh, of course I closed that. All right. So hopefully we got 2.5 point spreads on Baidu. That'd be great. Baidu for this Friday. Ooh, we got 1 point spreads. Even better. Oh, that's fantastic. So currently around 116 or so. The low that it actually hit today was around a little bit under 114. I wouldn't expect a massive breakdown tomorrow, but we do have CPI, so maybe we do get a massive breakdown tomorrow. But I'm gonna play this pretty tight. I'll do. I would imagine if it gets back down there. I'll do 114 by 113. Mostly because I know the risk reward there is gonna be pretty good. 114 by 113 vertical. It is not good. What? Man, is option pricing just that out of whack today? I mean, the VIX is up a lot, but come on. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's a... So you can snag this one. Probably get it for 40 cents. Here on... that's a 113 by 112. That's about right there. I'll do it. Just because if it does break those levels, breaks that 10 exponential moving average, it'll go. And it's the beginning of the week, so you got 4 days to let it play out. So yeah, I'm alright with that. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the 40 cents of 113 by 112. I'll just go ahead and hit that. It'd be for Friday on Baidu, and you know, it's not the best ever, but if it breaks that 10 exponential moving average, you're probably just going to look for it to continue to come back down. There's plenty of room here between that 10 and that 20 at least. If you break some of these lower wicks here and that 10 exponential moving average, you're probably just going to continue to move lower, at least into that like mid 100 level, 105, 106, 107 type level. So yeah, I'm just going to hit that, and it'll be okay. Again, make sure you know how much you're risking. I wouldn't. Don't be risking more than you should be on trades like that. Let me see here. Perfect. Okay. Filled me at 40 cents. I was kind of wondering if it was going to fill at 40. So let me go. Oh man, what was it? 112? Cool. Alright. There we go. Add that. Baidu this Friday. Along with Google. Google's also this Friday. How is Google shaping up? Just too many days of being red there, really bothering me. I was kind of hoping it's a little bit more consolidate sideways, but I mean it's still trading lower, still trading lower. It's not looking super strong. I don't want to pause before it breaks it down. I'd rather now break down, go maybe fill this gap down here, or maybe around 90 to 89, and hang out down there. That's what I'd really like to see out of Geo Alphabet now. Can't say the Google word. So, all right. There's Google for this Friday. Baidu this Friday. Let's see here. Apple just kind of doing its thing. Whatever. You know, it's funny. I see more and more articles about getting out of Apple, getting out of AAPL. I don't know if I like that or if I like that or if I don't like that. All right, now we're seeing the VIX kind of roll over here. It's just crazy. See how much that VIX was rising all the way up until what was that? About 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern. About 2 o'clock Eastern, which was right here. Yeah, I mean the market wasn't doing anything. It was just sideways chopping all through that time period, but the VIX was just moving higher. Now you're seeing the VIX kind of roll off. So, all right. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Anything you want to look at? I'll run back through, get a little recap, and then I'm gonna go take a shower because I finally got water back. Dollar looking stronger today. Let's see if we got a little divergence there on the indicators. That higher low. No, not really, but obviously you got a lot of these indicators that are hugely oversold. They've been in, especially the stochastic here, been in an oversold area for, man, about a month. So, and even then, it just barely popped up out of the oversold area for a little bit in early November. So yeah, dollar's probably due for a run here. So I wouldn't expect, maybe CPI kind of comes out tomorrow and gives it a nice little pop, or maybe Wednesday we get to Fed talk. Oh, Fed talk. That's dollar's looking a little strong there. Rates as well, also looking kind of good. Inversion yield, um, looking trading down a little bit today on the inversion yield, but that's not a huge game changer. Obviously, a huge pop on Friday. 2-year yields looking a little strong, so we might see the 2-year yield maybe push higher because it hasn't been selling off as much over the past month and a half, like the 10-year has. The 10-year's been getting crushed. I wonder if that goes all the way out through not 30-year. Yeah, look at the bearishness there, or the pull down in rates there on the 30-year. Oh man, look at that! Look at that Morningstar reversal right there. Ooh, on rates. Yeah, expect rates to go up. Rates probably going to be bullish. Gold down a little bit today. HYG just kind of hanging out, not really following the SPY in the market. Bullish at all, really? Yeah, not really. I mean, these things are just chopping. They're not doing anything. TLT, not TYT. I don't know. What is the TYT? Oh, Toyota Motors. That's in Britain. Whatever. Who cares? TLT, nice little gap up today, trading lower. Which, how far back does the TLT go? Goes back a pretty good ways. Okay, something I might want to look at tomorrow. I was thinking about looking at something today. Kind of looking at points in time in bearish markets where you get a huge rise in secure bonds like the TLT or investment grade bonds, and then like the high yield bonds that we've seen really just not do a whole much. Man, it's just a lot of sideways consolidation here on the HYG. And I'm just kind of curious to see possibly what that looks like in previous bear markets. What like some of those ratios look like. Which, how far back does the HYG go? It goes back to the beginning of the financial collapse top. So, all right. VIX, though, the story of the day to me is the VIX. A very solid gap up today on VIX. Everybody's buying puts. Everybody's getting protecting themselves off of, we have two major J&K. We have two major Spider Bloomfield high yield bond ETF. We do have two major news things coming out this week, same kind of time period. With CPI tomorrow morning and Fed Wednesday, and maybe a lot of people just getting super defensive on any kind of possible outcomes from CPI and Fed. So maybe we see a nice little pop in the market, see the volatility kind of get sucked out Tuesday, Wednesday, come back down. Everybody thinks it's okay, and then the volatility starts to creep back in maybe later on, kind of as we go into the end of the December. Maybe do something like this, come back down, consolidate here a little bit, and then start to pick back up as we go into the end of the year. Market's popping. Oh, man. All right. I guess people are making their bets, man. That does not look good for a possibility of, a bearish morning tomorrow. Like if we gap down tomorrow, oh my gosh, what if we did that? What if we gapped down tomorrow? We traded right through 390 and closed mid 380s. The Fed comes out, talks, and maybe gets us back above 390. We kind of hang out there for a day, and we start to get back below it Thursday, Friday. It'd be real interesting to see possibility of some of those scenarios. Man, Thursday, Friday's gonna be so much fun. I'm sorry. all the scenarios and possibilities. This is one reason why I'm not really trying to take a lot of positions today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Because man, we just don't know. We have no freaking clue what's gonna kind of come out of CPI and Fed talk, but yeah, that fix though. Just kind of letting you know everybody's state of mind as they go into this week. Market moving bullish, but the VIX is up. Been up around 8% for a good part of the day. So, that's about all I got for the day. Man, tomorrow morning is gonna be crazy, crazy. If we don't gap below, actually, if we gap just below, maybe like in the 392 area to 393, we might just sell off and go maybe right through 390. It'd be interesting to see if we would hold that, or if we do bounce off 390 and start to move back in the bullish direction. Because we haven't even hit that level yet, and there's going to be a lot of people sitting there. Yeah, I agree with you. See you tomorrow. You can talk about the scenarios all day. Stop talking about it. Have a good night. Drink your wine, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Alpha Hunters, take care.